Studies, author.
Welcome back to Oklahoma's favorite academic game show, I Want Answers. I'm your host, Jeff Gaffin. We have an exciting evening ahead of us as this competition will determine who will become the next I Want Answers champion. Today's finalists have played 3 rounds each, and they're the final team standing. The winning team will receive 4 $2,000 scholarships to the college of their choice, and the second place team will be receiving 4 $1,000 scholarships. The championship competitors are the Riverfield Ravens and the defending Season 2 champion, the Tulsa Booker T. Washington Hornets. Let's first meet the players for the Riverfield Ravens.
I'm Chandler Bear. I'm a senior, and I will be studying mechanical engineering.
I'm Nick Hartman. I'm a junior, and I'll be studying economics.
I'm Sam Brander. I'm a junior, and I'm thinking I'm going to be doing cartography, otherwise undecided.
I'm Nate Newman. I'm a senior, and I plan on majoring in chemical engineering.
And the players for the Booker T. Washington Hornets.
I'm Aaron Hockett. I'm a senior. I plan on majoring in economics, and I'd like to say a quick thank you to all the sponsors for giving us this opportunity and making this possible. Thank you.
I'm Noelle Yannick. I'm a senior, and I plan on double majoring in psychology and criminology.
I'm Jack Sarden. I'm a senior, and I plan on majoring in either chemistry or physics.
I'm Muhammad Ali. I'm a sophomore, and I plan on majoring in computer science.
Thank you, teams. Now get ready as we test your knowledge and see who has the answers and who will win this year's I Want Answers Championship. As always, we start with the speed round. Remember, teams, these are individual answer questions worth 10 points each. There is no conferring in this round. Are you ready to play? Are you ready to play? Do you want questions? Because you know what I want. Answers! There you go. Here's our first speed question. About 4 inches in diameter, it is the largest spider found in North America. The bite is painful but not fatal to man. Some people even make pets of these slow-moving creatures. Yes, Riverfield.
Tarantula?
That is correct. A giant fiberglass monument of a late pope was placed in the historic city of Częstochowa, Poland's most important pilgrimage site. Yes, Booker T.
John Paul II.
That is correct. His since repudiated corollary to the Monroe Doctrine said that the U.S. could intervene in the domestic affairs of any Western Hemisphere country that was vulnerable to European meddling. Name this 20th century president. Yes, Riverfield.
Theodore Roosevelt.
That is correct. Give me the exact title of the collection of the 14 essays by W.E.B. Du Bois. Time is up. That is The Souls of Black Folk. Next speed question. Inside the sun, 4 hydrogen atoms interact to form a helium atom. However, the 4 hydrogen atoms together weigh 5 times 10 to the negative 26th grams more than the helium atom. What happened to the rest of the mass? Yes, Riverfield.
It was converted to energy.
That is correct. Quote, if a man does not keep pace with his companions, perhaps it is because he hears a different drummer. Who penned this line? Yes, Booker T.
Emerson?
Incorrect. Riverfield, you get a shot? Yes.
Whitman.
Incorrect. Henry David Thoreau. Next speed question. On August 23rd, 1914, it fulfilled its alliance commitment to Britain, declared war on Germany, and quickly seized German colonies in the Far East. Name this nation who was disastrously allied with Germany in the next World War. Yes, Booker T. I'm sorry?
Japan.
Correct. Math question. Remember, you get more time for these. The ratio of A to B is 3 to 4. The ratio of C to D is 4 to 5. What's the ratio of AD to BC? Yes, Booker T.
15 to 16.
That is correct. He was a French philosopher, mathematician, and scientist. In philosophy, he maintained that faith was a sounder guide than reason. In math, yes, Booker T.
Rousseau.
Incorrect. I'll finish the question. In math, he submitted the theory of probability. In science, he is known for his discoveries in hydrostatics. His works include provincial letters and Pensees. Can you name him? That would be Blaise Pascal. Next speed question. The Brady Center has filed a lawsuit against the town of Nelson, Georgia, which has a law on the books that requires every head of household to have what? Yes, Riverfield.
A firearm.
That is correct, or a gun. Ammunition too, actually. Next speed question. Among the achievements of this American president are the passage of the Food and Drug Acts and his reception of the Nobel... Yes, Riverfield.
Lyndon B. Johnson?
Incorrect. I'll finish the question for you, Booker T. Reception of the Nobel Peace Prize for his part in arbitrating the Russo-Japanese War. Who was he? Yes.
Roosevelt Theodore.
That is correct. Give me the qualitative statement of Pascal's law. No thoughts on that? Whenever the pressure in a confined liquid is increased or decreased at any point, the change in pressure takes place equally throughout the liquid. Exactly. Next big question. Peter Sellers became famous for playing the role of a French detective of great ineptness in the Pink Panther films. Name the character. Yes, Booker T.
Detective Clouseau.
That'll work. Inspector Clouseau, but yes, Clouseau is it. Identify the American composer who created interesting pieces of light music such as Blue Tango, Sandpaper Ballet, and Musical Sleigh Ride. Was it Leroy Anderson, Irving Berlin, or George Gershwin? Yes, Booker T.
Gershwin.
Incorrect. Riverfield? That would be Leroy Anderson. This is a math question, but not that requires work. Of the 6 faces of a cube, what is the greatest number that can be shown in a perspective drawing? Yes, Booker T.
3.
That is correct. During the period of President James Monroe, there was a truce between the Republicans and the Federalists. What expression do historians use to... Yes, Booker T.
Air of good feelings.
That is correct. In casual jargon, R&R means rest and relaxation. In business and industry, what does R&D mean? Yes, Riverfield.
Research and development.
That is correct. In the procession which opens the Olympic Games, one nation always leads, and the other brings up... Yes, Booker T.
Greece. And the host nation.
That is correct. Greece leads, and the host nation pulls up the end. The Saber Dance is a boisterous piece composed by Aram Khachaturian. It's a part of what larger ballet? Yes, Booker T.
Swan Lake.
Incorrect. Riverfield? Yes.
The Nutcracker.
Incorrect. The Gaine Ballet. Exactly. Next big question. President Obama told graduates that there is, quote, no longer any room for excuses, end quote, and that it is time to step up professionally and personally. This speech was given at what college? Yes, Booker T.
Tulane.
Incorrect. Which has been called the country's preeminent black institution of higher learning. Yes.
Columbia.
Incorrect. Morehouse College. Vital to Hinduism and Buddhism, this concept can be defined... Yes, Booker T.
Incarnation.
Incorrect. As the sum total of the ethical consequences of a person's good or bad actions, comprising thoughts, words, and deeds, and determining one's specific destiny in his next existence. What is it? Yes, Riverfield.
Karma.
That is correct. Math question. The sum of 2 numbers is 3. The difference between them is 11. What are the 2 numbers? Yes, Booker T.
7 and -4.
That is correct. Washington Alston, Albert Bierstadt, and Albert Pinkham Ryder all excelled in which of the following? Yes, Booker T.
Painting.
That is correct. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration warns pregnant women that intake of what common substance found in tea and coffee maybe has... Yes, Booker T.
Caffeine.
That is correct. Oh, and that time it ends the first speed round. Score at this point, we have Booker T with 110 points, Riverfield with 60 points. All right. We now enter into the advantage round. Remember, to gain the advantage teams, you must be the first to correctly answer a speed question. Any team member may answer. Once a team correctly answers a speed question, they are given 3 advantage questions worth 5 points each. While you are allowed to confer players, remember answers for the advantage questions must come from your team captain. Once an advantage category is complete, it's back to speed questions to gain a new advantage. Are you ready? Here's your first speed question. Formerly a baseball player, he became the most popular American evangelist in the early 20th century. His name was appropriate to his job. Identify him. Yes, Booker T.
Swagger?
Incorrect. Riverfield? Yes?
Preacher.
Incorrect. His name was Billy Sunday. Still looking for an advantage. He established his own astronomical observatory in Arizona in 1894 and conducted extensive studies of the planet Mars. He claimed it was knitted with a multitude of long, straight canals and that he had mapped over 500 of them, but they were later proved to not exist. Who was he? That would be Percival Lowell. What is the common name of the algal group, which is the most serious source of pollution in city water supplies, or, yes, Riverfield?
Blue-green algae.
That is correct. You have the advantage. Your category is health and medicine. Number 1, which is the specialty of a vascular surgeon?
Veins.
Incorrect. It's blood vessels. More general than that. Number 2, usually made of porcelain or metal, what do dentists place on top of badly decayed teeth?
Fillings.
Incorrect. Crowns or caps. Where are your phalanges located?
Hands and feet.
A little more specific.
Hands.
First 2, but more specific.
Fingers and toes.
That is correct. Back to speed. The word cranial pertains to the skull. Does the tarsal refer to the ankle? Yes, Riverfield.
Foot.
Incorrect. Fingers, ear, or kneecap? Yes.
Ankle.
Ankle is correct. You have the advantage. Your category is music. Number 1. By the high priest to crumble the walls of Jericho.
Trumpet.
A little more specific.
They had to march around the city playing trumpets.
March around the city playing trumpets.
7 days.
Incorrect. The ram's horn trumpets. Ram's horn trumpets.
Is the category musical instruments?
Number 2. By Sherlock Holmes in his moments of relaxation.
Violin.
Violin is correct. What instrument did David play for King Saul in the Old Testament?
The lyre?
Yeah.
Lyre.
Incorrect is the harp. Harp. Back to speed for a new advantage. What name is given to the person whose duty it is to examine a printed copy and to correct errors of typesetting, spelling, and punctuation? Yes, Booker T.
Editor.
I'm sorry?
Editor.
Incorrect. Riverfield, yes.
Copy editor.
Incorrect. A proofreader. A proofreader. It will be taking on Pandora and Spotify with its own subscription music service called Play All Access. What internet giant is it? Yes, Booker T.
Google.
That is correct. You have the advantage. Your category this time is Europe. Number 1. What do we call the period of European history between the fall of the Roman Empire and the Renaissance?
That's the Dark
Middle
Ages. The Dark
Dark
Ages.
Ages.
The Dark Ages.
Incorrect. Middle Ages or medieval period. Number 2. Who established the first European settlement in Greenland?
Erickson?
Leif Erikson. Erickson.
Incorrect. Eric the Red. Eric the Red. Number 3. What year did the Soviet Union invade Poland? Is it 1936, 37, 38, or 1939?
39. 1939.
39 is
Yeah.
correct, and specifically September 7th. Okay, back to speed. Math question. Given that the ratio of x to y is 2 to 3, determine the value of the ratio 7x minus y to 3x plus 4y. Yes, Booker T.
7 to 18.
Incorrect. Riverfield. Yes,
11 to 18.
that is correct. You have the advantage. Your category is that analogies are a literary comparison. Give me these other literary terms that all begin with A. Number 1, a collection of selected writings by various authors.
Like what you did at the end of English class last year.
Anthology.
Anthology is correct. Number 2, addressing something directly as though it were a listening person present.
Pass.
It would be an apostrophe. Number 3, a stage convention to indicate words spoken by a character heard by an audience but not by other characters on stage.
Aside.
Correct. Back to speed. This nation appeared in history around 2000 BC in Central Asia Minor. Its military empire competed with Egypt and Assyria. Yes, Booker T.
Turkey.
Incorrect. Until its fall around 1200 BC. What was it called? Yes.
Sumeria.
Incorrect. The Hittite Empire. The Zoning Improvement Plan was introduced by the Post Office in 1963. It was a system used to speed the sorting and distribution of mail. What's it called for short? Yes, Booker T.
Zip code.
That is correct. You have the advantage. Okay. Your category this time will be, tell me who made the following famous trips. Number 1, Roosevelt Field, Long Island to Le Bourget Airport, Paris.
Lindenberg.
Correct. Nauvoo, Illinois to Utah.
Joseph Smith.
Joseph Smith.
Incorrect. Brigham Young or the Mormons. Number 3, Macedonia to India.
Alexander the Great.
Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great.
That is correct. It is 3 months. Oh, and that time does end the advantage round. Score stands at this point. Booker T with 130 points and Riverfield with 75 points. And now we get to jump into the third round where the team's ability to think on their feet will be tested. In this whirlwind round, the team with the lowest points gets to pick from 1 of 3 categories. They can pick a category for themselves, or they may pick a category for the opposing team. Should they pick the opposing team's category, their opponents will get to choose a category for them. Each team will have 60 seconds to answer as many of the 10 questions in the category as possible, correct answers being worth 10 points each. You may confer players, but all answers must come from your team captain. You may pass on a question at any time by simply saying pass. Riverfield, you're trailing at this point. Your categories are Latin, On the House, or Revolutions. Are you choosing for yourself or for Booker T?
For Booker T.
Booker T, okay? You have the 3, Latin, On the House, or Revolutions. What would you like?
Wait.
Oh, sorry, you get to choose. I'm sorry, my bad. I'm sorry.
I think On the House.
On the House, okay. On the House for them. All answers contain the word house. Okay. Number 1, all the persons who live in a house are collectively called what?
Household.
Correct. A woman who is hired to tidy up is called what?
Housekeeper.
Correct. A woman who has charge of a residence of young people is called?
Head of household.
Head of household.
Incorrect. The lower branch of the British Parliament.
House of Commons.
Correct. The upper branch of British Parliament.
House of Lords.
Correct. A place of short-term confinement and reformation for persons guilty of minor offenses is called what?
Halfway house.
Correct. A party given for someone who has just moved into a home.
Housewarming party.
Correct. Slang expression for any flimsy structure or plan.
House of Cards.
House of Cards.
Correct. A temple, church, or synagogue.
House of Worship.
Correct. A common expression that is familiar to nearly everyone.
Household term. Household. Name.
That'll work. That'll work.
Household.
Okay. Did they get them all?
We missed
one.
Missed
We
one. Okay.
missed number 3.
All right. Almost had extra credit on that one. Okay. Very good. Riverfield, your turn to handle the whirlwind round. Your categories are Latin, Revolutions, or Variety. What would you like?
We
I'm
will-
sorry.
yeah.
Actually, I'm sorry. My bad.
We will
My bad.
choose.
Yes, you get to choose from.
What?
We will choose Latin for them.
Latin for them. Okay. Riverfield, Latin is chosen. Ready? Number 1. What is the meaning of the Latin root word in denomination, nominee, and nomenclature?
Name.
Correct. What is the meaning of the Latin root word in fratricide, fraternize, and fraternity?
Brother.
Correct. What is the meaning of the Latin root word in renovate, novelty, and innovation?
New.
Correct. What are the Latin words which literally mean by the very fact?
De facto. De facto.
De facto.
Incorrect. What is the meaning of the Latin root word found in benediction and benefactor?
Good.
Correct. What is the meaning of the Latin root word in audition and audience?
Sound.
Incorrect. What two Latin words are used by mathematicians to mean continuing without end?
Ad infinitum.
Correct. The Latin term flamma, which means flame, is the root for an adjective which means any action that is conspicuous, bold, and colorful. What word?
Flamboyant.
Correct. What synonym for terrible occurrence derives from the Latin words bad stars? That would be disaster. That'd be a disaster. Okay. Very good teams on that. Score stands at this point. Booker T has 220 points and Riverfield with 135 points. All right, back to speed to finish up this championship round. Yes? Are you ready? Yes. Are you ready? Well, let's do it. Oh, that's okay. Itchy fingers. It is 3 miles long, 3/4 of a mile wide, and its highest elevation is 1,396 feet. A natural fortress of limestone, it forms a peninsula on the southern coast of Spain. Identify it. Yes, Booker T.
The Rock of Gibraltar.
That is correct. Math question. The number 60,723 and 12/100ths in scientific notation would be written how? I'm sorry, I can't see buzzers. Yes, Riverfield.
6.072312 times 10 to the 4th.
That is correct. What 19th century British poet and novelist coined the phrase, quote, take up the white man's burden? Yes, Booker T.
Kipling?
That is correct. This American established one of the first detective agencies in the United States. He won fame for exposing the activities of a band of counterfeiters. In 1861, he guarded Lincoln as he journeyed to his inauguration. Who was he? That would be Alan Pinkerton. The word cranial pertains to the skull. Does the patellar refer to ankle, Yes, Booker T.
Knee.
Knee, or kneecap, yes. Back to speed. What precise term is described by this definition? The top speed a body can attain along a specific straight... Yes, Riverfield.
Terminal velocity.
That is correct. What computer giant is trying to justify the reasons it paid no corporate taxes on tens of billions of dollars in profits made by using foreign countries as tax shelters? Yes, Booker T.
Apple.
That is correct. In logic, an argument with two premises and a conclusion is... Yes, Riverfield.
Aristotle.
Incorrect is called what? Yes.
Conditional statement?
Incorrect. A syllogism. This is a type of firm, flexible leather made from goat skin and takes the name of a country in northwest Africa. What is it? Yes, Booker T.
Moroccan leather.
That is correct. This body of water located in Israel is so rich in minerals and salt. Yes, Booker T.
The Dead Sea.
That is correct. An Englishman born within the sound of the Bow Bells in London, noted for the use of unorthodox pronunciation, is called what? Yes, Booker T.
Cockney.
That is correct. A small, fast sailboat with two long, narrow hulls side by side. Yes, Booker T.
Catamaran.
That is correct. Math question. A mammal population has a birth rate of 10% per year and a death rate of 5% per year. If there are 60 in 1 year, how many will there be a year later? Yes, Booker T.
63.
That is correct. What German artist was a pioneer in the field of engraving? Yes, Booker T.
Dürer.
That is correct. The word cranial pertains to the skull. Does the dactylic refer to the ankle, fingers, ear? Yes, Booker T.
Feet.
Incorrect. Or kneecap? Yes?
Ear.
Incorrect. It is fingers. Who is the queen to Louis VII of France and later to Henry II of England? Yes, Riverfield.
Eleanor of Aquitaine.
That is correct. After missing the past 2 years with spinal problems, he recently returned to conduct the Metropolitan Opera Orchestra from his motorized wheelchair. Name this maestro. That would be the great James Levine. Israel calls itself a democratic republic. However, the government lacks one essential feature, usually a part of governments of this type. What is it that it lacks? Yes, Booker T.
A judicial body?
Incorrect, Riverfield. Yes?
Legislative body.
Incorrect. A written constitution. And that time does conclude the championship competition. Final score stands at Booker T with 320 points and the Riverfield Ravens with 165 points. Congratulations, Booker T. Washington. You are the Season 3 I Want Answers champion and the winners of the Grand Prize scholarships, $2,000 each. Let's also congratulate the Riverfield Ravens for making it to the championship round. They will be receiving the second place scholarship prize of $1,000 each. Well done, both teams. We'd also like to take this opportunity to thank the schools who participated in this year's I Want Answers, as well as their teachers, coaches, and parents. We hope you all will return next season. Finally, we want to thank the sponsors of I Want Answers, the Grand River Dam Authority, the Gerald H. Westby Jr. Foundation, and the Kathleen Patton Westby Foundation. We appreciate your support so much. Don't forget, you can always go back and watch our previous competitions by visiting our website, rsupublictv.org, or like us on Facebook. Either way, just search for I Want Answers. Well, that's all for tonight and for this season. I'm your very fortunate host, Jeff Gaffin. On behalf of the entire RSU Public TV staff, we thank you in joining us this season and supporting our Green Country High School teams here on I Want Answers. As always, if you knew some of the answers, go thank a teacher. But if you know freedom, go thank a soldier. Have a great night, and until next season, so long, everyone.